One, go! Welcome back to episode 2 of our podcast, Einstein and the Steinies. I'm Matthew.
Josh.
Huey.
Brendan.
Nick. Face cap.
And in case you guys heard a new voice in the corner over there, we actually have a special guest, Brandon Carrasco. Yeah, welcome aboard, Brandon.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
You excited, Brandon?
Yeah.
Level 1 through 10. How excited are you right now, bro?
11. Wait
Oh,
for this moment.
Shit, bro. Alright.
Dang. Alright, so...
Important ass moment.
Labrec. Alright.
Oh, shout out Labrec. Shout out Labrec.
Shout out Labrec.
Yeah.
Also,
shout out Labrec.
Quick shout out to our sponsor, Joe Rogan. Thanks for letting us have this podcast and giving us this studio to run.
Yeah, I really appreciate the gear, Joe. You've done a great job with the studio. It's a great venue. It really gets the mind juices flowing. So.
Alright, so this week's episode we are going to focus on some conspiracy theories. Starting with the first one, 9/11. Anyone want to start the floor with that one?
I know a lot about that shit.
What did you say, Face Cut?
I know a lot about that shit.
What specifically?
A lot.
Alright, so when you think of 9/11, what do you think about?
Yeah, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think 9/11?
Terrorist.
Like Eduardo?
What was it, a terrorist?
Was he on the plane or off the plane?
I don't know.
He built a plane, bro.
Okay.
Alright.
Stomach hurts.
Alright, so let me go.
No, I got plenty to say about 9/11. I just want to hear everyone else's input on it, you know?
I give a fuck.
Well, I mean, I was in New York when it happened because I was born in New York. I was I heard the explosions. I was 2 months old.
Oh, yeah? You remember and shit?
Yeah, no, I was there.
Facts.
Yeah.
Firefighter?
No, I was a baby.
Oh, I thought you were
firefighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, Josh, I'm sure you're eager to start this one off.
I don't know, man. It seems a little early just to dive deep into this.
There's a couple of theories.
That's
Inside
basically
job.
You know,
That's the biggest one, right? Just that there was an inside job.
you know, here
They had a couple hijackers actually. I heard a couple of the pilots actually trained where I live, Coral Springs.
Oh yeah, they did. They trained.
Where the Home Depot is, I heard they trained like in
Yeah,
an
they trained. They trained in
over there.
Florida.
Okay.
I trained
But you know, here's the thing about 9/11. You know, it goes back a while. I mean, you need to figure out if 9/11 was, you know, an inside job. Why would they do it? Number one, you know.
You know, my dad worked in those buildings.
It's fun.
He did.
Train terrorists.
He actually got out the year before 9/11 happened.
Okay.
I'm gonna find a rubber band somewhere.
What?
I'm gonna ponytail.
Hey.
Good job, Fish Cut.
Yeah, like I was saying, you know, if they're going to commit 9/11, you know, there's got to be a motive for it. You know, why are they planning all this out? And you know, it makes a lot of sense why they want to do such a thing. I mean, when you realistically look at the big picture, what 9/11 led to in the aftermath, right? I mean, we declared, you know, the so-called war on terrorism. We invaded Iraq, and
It gave the United States
as a result,
increase security worldwide.
Not even just that. I mean, that's also a big deal too. But I mean, there's really no question about it that we gained a huge control of oil because of invading Iraq. We clearly had a big pull in the Middle East. I mean, just look at how much oil has affected our economy in the past. Like in the late 70s, when I think it's called the OPEC, you know, when they banned the import of oil from the Middle East, like our economy really fucking tanked because of it. I mean, gaining control over any, you know, what's it called, center of oil distribution it's going to pay off a lot. So, that being said, you know, that's obviously not enough to justify 9/11, but then you got to take a look at all the little details. You know, in my opinion, it's more of a little details adding up type of thing. So you got that going, number one. Number two, you have a known corrupt vice president and Dick Cheney in office, clearly having a big pull in the executive branch. He's pretty much infiltrated with a bunch of his henchmen to be able to manipulate the president at will and really make decisions on his own. I mean, if you look at the people he was able to implant in the executive branch and how they're still there to this day. I mean, Dick Cheney still has a pull in our government as we speak. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, it's pretty beneficial to go ahead and declare war in the Middle East. The other thing is, too, I mean, the main organizer of 9/11, Osama bin Laden, he was actually an ally with the U.S. before he became and started Al-Qaeda. He was a main face of the forces that went against the Soviets in the Middle East. So when you look at that, I mean, when the governments are going and playing such a big thing as this, they're obviously going to try and make it as foolproof as possible. So it's going to be over a decade span. I mean, that's what it was. Osama bin Laden started in the 80s as a, revolutionary force in the Middle East against the Soviets, and he turned into an enemy. But, was that planned or not? Obviously, no one knows. Like, that could just be part of the plan. The second thing is there's clear evidence that jets were called to scramble away, like, minutes, like an hour before the planes attacked 9/11 got hijacked. I mean, these were the planes that are supposed to stop, this sort of thing from happening. When you have humongous 747 commercial airliners coming through the air, like, do you really think they don't have protective measures to stop someone from hijacking it or whatnot? Like, it's ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? Like, the destruction they can make. So when you look at that, and then when you also looked at the fact of literal, like, physicists coming from major like BYU, like, major universities, literally saying that it's physically impossible for those towers to collapse as fast as they did unless there was explosives planted in the basement.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Literal steel melted, which is impossible just on impact of jet. Jet fuel does not reach temperatures high enough when it's combusting to melt steel. It has to be done with some sort of thermite, and they have evidence that suggests that there may have been some thermite left in the sediment that was left there. Secondly, there was another building, not even the Twin Towers, but in the actual World Trade Center complex that just melted. It didn't even collide with the airplane. It collapsed. It just melted.
Wasn't that called Building 5?
I think it was Building 7. It could be that.
It says that the first plane crashed in the North Tower. That crashed in the 94th all the way to the 98th floor. And the second one crashed into the South Tower through the 78th to the 84th floor. And as you were saying, there's no way that the planes could have taken down those two buildings without some sort of, like, bomb or thermites, because, they're huge planes, but they're giant buildings built to withstand, like, steel, like, frames and stuff like that. So
it's not only that. The engineers may not have had in mind, we're going to prevent a plane crash unit. But when you look at the actual laws of physics, like, the maximum rate something could free fall in is the rate, like, gravity accelerates to free fall with no resistance. And when you compare that to the rate of how quickly the towers collapse, when there should be some sort of resistance, if you collide into a tower at the top and the steel is bending and, it has strain and shear on it, it's providing resistance too. Just the mechanical feature of the architecture of the building is going to provide resistance, but it fell so quickly, it just doesn't make sense. There had been some sort of aid going into that. And then, even if you say that's incorrect, there's just so many other things. There's also the fact that the plane that was going for the Pentagon, if you actually take a look at the engine, and here's the interesting part, how the plane that crashed, that did no damage, just crashed as it was going towards the Pentagon, it crashed in Pennsylvania. It landed in a field, right? They found the engine literally hundreds of yards away, which doesn't make any sense, right? It suggests that it was actually hit with a missile, which means it was shot down by another aircraft. And when you look at the damage on it, I mean, it just doesn't, like, make sense. When a plane crashes in that way, most of it actually stays intact. But it was in smithereens. The engine was so far away. There was insane damage to it that didn't make sense. Like, it was not something you would see in a plane crash. And I mean, people suggest that passengers. So what is, like, theorized that the passengers in that plane actually went ahead and fought against the people that are hijacking it, right? And what they didn't want to happen was for them to actually live and be able to tell the story that it was clearly an inside job. Any witnesses on the inside there need to die. Like they're loose ends. So when they successfully took control over the plane, I mean they could have known information that it was clearly like staged or whatnot. So they shot it down.
Was there any? There was no survivors on any of the planes.
No survivor. Any of the planes that collided, everyone died pretty much on impact, whether they burned alive, fell, whatever. And there's so many other things. It's just a matter of when you take account, you look at the big picture, right, and you say, yeah, you know, there's clearly, if you did want to say 9/11's inside job, there's a clear reason for it. It gives you a perfect reason to invade Iraq, perfect reason to invade the Middle East. You know, it's clear and obvious that the U.S. does not want to use any of its domestic resources in terms of oil. We have humongous deposits around Texas. Barely tap into it. Of course we do, but not nearly at the rates the Middle East is doing it. You know, we're smart, we play the long game, and they want to continue to do that. They needed a reason to invade the Middle East. And then look at this. Does anyone know what the fuck is going on in the Middle East? It's so fucking complicated. It's the perfect place to stage such a ploy. You can just, like, no one knows what's truly going on there. There's two different fronts. It's a religious front where wars are being fought. Just look at Israel, Jerusalem, the Palestinians. Like, they're fighting a religious war. Then you have, you know, just Iraq. There's ideological wars. There's Iran, who's Shia Islam. Like, they have their ideas about it. It's just so much shit going on there that no one understands. It's the perfect place to just throw all this bullshit into and just confuse the American people. It's very hard to decipher what's going on there. It's the perfect thing to do such an act. And I think when you just take a look at the whole big picture, I mean, there's really some shit going on that, I mean, is not being looked upon. And I genuinely think, I don't know if it's necessarily an inside job, but I definitely think there is some collusion between the Middle East and the U.S. in terms of this. And maybe the Middle East said, we're going to do this. And the U.S. just said, all right, do it, we'll go ahead. They could have intel that saying they're going to do it and just let it happen. Maybe they didn't plan on it happening, but when they figured it out it was happening, they let it happen so they could go ahead and declare war, invade Iraq. I mean, we've been having like these puppet governments forever where we just throw money at them, hope that they turn out how we want to, and that's how we've gone about in the Middle East. And that was a perfect way to continue doing that because people were getting fed up against it. And I mean, look how people reacted. People are completely fine with going to their... I mean, not completely fine, but in general, you know, people are okay with the TSA patting them down, searching them and everything when they enter the airport. Mm-hmm. And people are okay with these measures. It's only recently till they've really been questioning, like, I mean, look at Edward Snowden, like him releasing all that information, that people have really been questioning the government's methods in terms of how they're spying on them, what they're doing. But the plan worked for at least, you know, while Bush was undergoing his 2 terms. So, I mean, overall, if like it was a good plan, and I really think that there was definitely some collusion between the Middle East and the United States for 9/11, and I just think it's a matter of little things adding up upon each other.
Jesus Christ.
And on top of that, like, it increased the patriotism of, like, the country overall. So even with the immigrants that came in, they started to become more with the country and unite more and give more money towards the country so they can, like, help pay towards the building. So, like, on top of that, like, they're getting more money on top of the people already paying the taxes.
Listen, the best way to fire people up is emotionally, and nationalistic attitudes is like one of the best ways you can go about it. Just look at Hitler. He literally was able to brainwash his whole entire country. World War I and World War II started because of nationalistic ideals. I mean, people are so patriotic towards the country, it can actually be detrimental to their own country's well-being. And they can easily be manipulated just having this blind patriotism. And, I mean, that could easily be what's going on right now. And it's not until recently that people have been questioning it. And 9/11, like, literally created that. It literally created that. 9/11, you could say, has benefited the government in terms of a power perspective, because it literally gave them more power, more control over the people. And I mean, we'll get into later, but I have like my whole idea on how the government operates, and that's exactly what they want to have. That's exactly what they want to have.
Facts, yo, Mojo.
Yeah.
So anyone listening to the podcast who decided to skip all that, this is the point in the podcast where we're switching topics.
I'm probably skipping that shit instantly.
So this is the part. Pause it or Stop skipping. This is the part where we switch topics. Moving on.
14. I remember 14 minutes.
That's pretty short.
That was 14 minutes.
So
It had to be said, bro. It had to be said.
So those
American people need to
those
know.
viewers listening, the 14-minute mark is where we switch.
I'm just gonna put in a
Topics.
timestamp, so it matters a lot.
All right. So next one, we are moving on to Jeffrey Epstein. Face cap.
I know a lot
Want
about
to open
that.
the floor on that one? What'd you think about him?
Yeah, I know a lot about him, so
What do you think about it? Though? Like, you know who he is?
he's a pretty cool guy.
He raped little girls.
Huey?
That's pretty cool.
No, that's me. What do you think? You know Epstein?
I heard a little thing about him, but not much. Just that
He's like a pretty stand-up
he got a
guy.
lot of people in power or influential people around the world to become part of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all you, man. This is your shit, man.
I'm thinking. 1 second. You're gonna. Oh shoot! Bleep that out.
Alright, facts, yo.
1 second.
Nah, but the funny thing about Epstein is he literally put these powerful people in his pocket, like just literally leveraged them by knowing they commit like criminal acts. Like, yeah, he was super wealthy, but by no means does he have the wealth of someone like Jeff Bezos or like Elon Musk, like those like top 10 most rich people. But
He had power behind.
yeah,
it,
he had
too.
power because he literally put them in his pockets by making them commit like criminal acts. That's one way of creating like a power complex, is literally just fucking blackmail. Like, he could have just blackmailed them. I mean, eventually the other people prevailed. They were just too powerful. I mean, we'll get into that. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was killed, but
Pimple on my nose. It's pretty hot.
it's hot as fuck.
I don't know why they grow there. Like, what's the point of that? Just do it on my freaking arm or something. So yeah, Jeffrey Epstein.
Cock ring.
In case the people listening to the podcast don't know who he is a, or he was, he passed away. Jeffrey Epstein
RIP.
is a multi-billionaire pedophile, pretty much. He rose to popularity through, I guess he was doing a bunch of investments and property stuff. But basically, he started off in a college, I think it was somewhere in New York, somewhere upstate. Started off as a college professor, made some powerful friends at his university, built his way up, and then slowly just became one of the richest people on the planet. Had an island, had
an island?
Yeah, he had an island.
He's pretty broke.
Huh? Oh, I think it might be.
Yeah, so he had an island. He had
committed suicide.
He had properties in Palm Beach State, New York, and Paris. And basically what this guy did is this guy would trick girls in high school to massage him, and then he would rape them. He did that in West Palm Beach, New York. He would traffic little girls out of the country to rape them. He would do that in Paris. He would do that on his own island. He'd bring girls to his island. And he was a very powerful guy. He knew people like Clinton, Trump. I heard he was pretty tight with, what's the name of the black comedian from Rush Hour?
Martin Lawrence?
No.
What's Chris Tucker?
Chris Tucker, yeah, the guy with the high-pitched voice. He's friends with Chris Tucker, so he had a big power, and for years these little girls were scared to speak out against Epstein because he would threaten to like completely like destroy them. So once they got enough witnesses and they got enough girls to like speak up against him, that's when they started building up the case. And basically the conspiracy theories start with his death because he died in a prison by suicide, quote unquote. And basically when he died, he wrapped his bedsheet around his neck and hung himself. But the weird thing is the security guard was quote unquote asleep. The cameras were quote unquote not working, and nobody heard him commit suicide. And the funny thing is one of the medical inspectors, reviewing like his neck and where the bones broke, found out that some bones were broken that would literally like not be possible to break in his current circumstances. Like he had fractures where there shouldn't have been. Like his neck was bruised up where there wasn't. So people were saying that he was choked or someone snapped his neck before he hung himself. So it was all set up. because what he did is when he would have intercourse with these little girls, he would record it for like later. So he had cameras all over his island, all over his houses. So there's theories that these big politicians, these big names, Trump, Clinton, I don't know who else he hung out with, but there's
Prince.
Oh, the Prince of England. That's not
How
gonna
do
be.
you get so rich?
Property stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just made friends like.
Just gained affluence through it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just created like a power complex.
Yeah, and basically he had cameras all over all his properties. So some say that he has like footage of like Clinton having sex with little girls, like Trump and the Prince. And yeah, it's just crazy because personally I think that the Prince of England sent like people to kill him because like there's literally a picture, there's photo evidence of the Prince hugging like an underage girl, and he denies all like he denies it all. Like he just straight up says like, "Oh, I've never seen that picture before. Like that's a fake picture." Like he just doesn't believe it. So yeah, I think he was killed by the British Secret Service because.
His wife just got arrested, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, about time. Yeah, because what his wife would do, his wife would lure in the little girls as well, and they'd have like threesomes.
His wife?
Yeah, or his girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
But him and his girlfriend would have threesomes with the little girls, and it's just pretty messed up. Yeah, it was pretty messed up. Yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know. Like there's a documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think she's gonna speak up or anything because
she's denied all allegations.
I mean, she's in jail, right? And obviously, FBI, they obviously want, if there's any footage, they're gonna want it. They'll 100% give her some sort of plea bargain to let her go out early or just put her straight into witness protection. But I mean, look what happened to Epstein. Like no question asked, literally just murdered. I mean, she knows that she's probably gonna die if she says anything. So I mean, right now she's contemplating whether or not she wants to spend the rest of her life in jail or if she just wants to die, have a 99% chance of dying, and 1% that she's able to just expose everything and go into witness protection. But who even says that she wants to expose anything? So number one, she wants to do that.
I mean, regardless if she exposes or if she doesn't expose, like, I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think she would. She was part of the
It's
entire
pretty
thing.
messed up to say, but like,
yeah, no.
I honestly don't think she's gonna be alive for long. Like, what she knows and what she did, and she probably does have access to the footage of Jeffrey Epstein's properties. She probably does have access because they were together for a long time. So she probably has like videos of like powerful people having sex with underage girls. So like honestly, I don't see her like living for that long.
No, but listen, like if she exposes everything, the FBI is gonna give her complete immunity to incriminating her. Like so, she's gonna go straight to witness.
She's gonna die. Like
no, that's what I'm saying. She has an option right now. She A is gonna spend the rest of her life in jail, or B, take the FBI's plea, give them the tape, and have a 99% chance of dying because we're literally dealing with the most powerful people on earth here with the most affluence possible.
Yeah, these people.
Or
know everybody.
you somehow make it to witness protection program. God knows how long it's going to take someone to find you. I mean, considering like the extent and the reach of these people, it's going to be fairly quickly. She's probably just going to spend the rest of her days in jail. I mean, it's probably the easier choice to make.
It's literally a documentary about it. Yeah, honestly, it was funny. His rise to success was completely by chance because his first actual job at the university, he got the job because he lied in his application. He said that he had a diploma and a degree, and he lied on his application. And when the head of the university found out, he was going to fire him, but then he sat down with Epstein and thought to himself, "Oh, this guy's a good guy. He knows what he's doing. I'm going to let him keep the job." And then from there on out, he just slowly built himself way up to a multi-billionaire.
The master manipulator is always going to find their way to the top. I mean,
what about that group like Anonymous? Can't they is it possible for get them their hands on that footage if they wanted to? Because they love exposing stuff to help uncover the truth.
Who?
Like, couldn't they do that if they wanted to?
The anonymous group, you're saying?
Yeah, if they love exposing the truth.
Listen, these tapes are not on like a public server. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, no, this is probably like VHS, like.
Yeah, I mean, if it is like like a digital file, it's on like a private server, no possible access through the cloud or the internet. I mean, I'm sure people have already tried to look into it, and they couldn't even find access to it, like an entry point. So, yeah.
Damn. So yeah, I mean, honestly, my theory is that because like think about it, like you're the prince of. I mean, I don't know what he is now. He's the Duke.
No, he's the prince. It's the first prince. Is that Prince William?
Yeah. You're the prince of an entire nation. Like you have the pull to get an assassin to kill Epstein. So that's my theory. I think out of all the rich people, the power people he could have blackmailed, he's the one that felt the most threatened and killed him. That's my theory. I don't know who else. I mean, like obviously, I feel like Trump covered up his. I'm not saying he did or he didn't. But obviously Trump cut off communication with him years ago. I think same with Clinton. Chris Tucker's my dog, so I don't think he'd do any of that stuff.
I think anyone who cut off communications is innocent because I think they clearly knew the direction Epstein was heading towards and they just didn't want to be a part of it. Not even the fact that they started doing whatever acts or partaking in the pedophilia or whatever. I think they just realized, wow, this is, who Epstein is, and then they just kept their mouth shut and then turned the other way, honestly.
I mean, what else can you do? Your whole career is riding on it. There's not much you can do. I mean, Epstein was a pretty messed up guy.
At least they're bucking punch on him.
Good job, Fish Guy.
Facts.
I think he got what he deserved.
You like?
Yeah.
What do you think about Epstein?
I know a lot about that hot ass dude.
You mean listening?
Yeah.
You think he was? You think he killed himself, or you think someone killed him?
Look, these are all topics I give way too many fucks about.
Are you rich?
The fuck? I give it to you.
Conspiracy theorist?
Labrec?
Alex Jones.
Shout out to Matthew Labrec. Oh, I know he's a listener.
Thanks for sponsoring the video. I know you have a lot of fucking money and you just don't know what to do with it.
Oh, bro.
So.
Alright, cut that out.
Yeah.
Bleep it.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, so moving on to the next topic on the list here. We're going to talk about the coronavirus. Fiska, what do you think about the coronavirus? Think it's real? Think it's fake? You think we should be making such a big deal about it?
China wanted to get back at the U.S., therefore they released bat soup and gave it to a chink, and now it's China. China started it all.
Are you smart?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's what I believe.
That's what you believe?
Bat soup?
So you think
I think China did this on purpose.
Okay. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong.
I think that is that's like a pebble in the sand right there.
Yeah, it's like a grass in the field.
I'm sure there's a group out there that wants to minimize how many humans there are on Earth.
But do you think it's 100%? Do you think it's that deadly, or do you think they're just the media's overhyping it to freak everybody out?
All right, listen up.
All right, here we go, viewers. Josh is about to go off. If you want to skip forward 20 minutes.
Like I said, what Facecap said is it's like a pebble in the sand because there's a lot bigger things going on here. It's like a gummy bear and a pack of gummies. Right, Huey? What you need to understand is everything you've been learning about coronavirus, pretty much everything has been facilitated through the media. The media is extremely powerful.
It's so hot.
The valedictorian and salutatorian are laughing to my right currently.
I'm gonna take
the funny note, look, I'm uncute, baby.
Bleep that out.
Just theorize string theory. Anyways, all right, like I was saying, all right. Coronavirus, all the information you're learning, it's pretty much been facilitated through the media. Inarguably, I mean, you hear this all the time. The media is super powerful. I mean, they have a big pull on what people think. Yada yada. We all know this. Now, but the real question is, what are they using that power for? And what I think it boils down to is there is clearly an establishment in the government going on since pretty much
You think this was planned?
The genesis of our actual government.
Now, for those viewers out there who don't know what Genesis mean, elaborate on it. Talk about you, Kosh.
When our government started, all right, there's not when it started, but at least for the past 100 years, there's clearly been an establishment. I mean, you've pretty much only had these, black suit, black tie, like blue collar politicians. People with
black tie beat.
like people clearly who have been doing politics. They were like a senator, they were a governor, they were a mayor. People that you would call politicians, right? They've always pretty much been the president, with a few exceptions. Someone like Ronald Reagan, right? He was an actor, but when you look at Ronald Reagan, he was such a pivotal president. Like, you hear his name drop all the time, and the reason why is because he's someone from outside this establishment. He's like a shockwave coming in that's disrupting all the actions going on. And when you literally look at what occurred during his presidency, I mean, he made huge gains in the economy. He put money in the pockets of the middle class. He's arguably the greatest conservative to excluding, he's arguably the greatest Republican, excluding someone like Abe Lincoln or whoever. I mean, modern history I'm talking about, that has ever occurred. You have talked to any conservative, they're absolutely in love with Reagan, and he's an outsider. He's not part of the establishment. He's not a politician. He was an actor. Sure, he did some small-time politics. But who parallels to Reagan? Obviously, Donald Trump. Zero political background. Zero.
He's our fucking president.
Yeah, literally zero political background.
Who?
Donald Trump, right?
The politicians.
The establishment does not want people like that holding the most powerful position in the world. Literally the president of the United States. He has the most pull in the world. So, how are they going to combat such a president, right? I mean, you literally cannot argue what he's done in his... Okay.
It's a bad picture.
Alright, bro. I'm not talking about this shit anymore.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking about it, bro. It's fucking stupid.
Alright, we're moving on.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'm talking
Nigga,
about.
I'm not talking about this shit. Alright, let's fucking talk about what you want.
Moving on.
Yeah,
All right.
Why don't you give us a topic, Nick?
Yeah.
Talk about.
Talk about this.
Alright, look. This is the next topic on the list. Is Huey a reptile? So who wants to open the floor on that
I
one?
mean, I'm gonna talk about Labrec racist. But that's
No,
just me.
we cut it out of the thing.
Yeah. No, we don't want to find it.
Find what?
We don't want to know to find it.
Who?
Find it.
What are you talking
What
about?
the fuck does that mean?
It.
Alright, Huey, reptile.
Yes,
Is Huey a reptile? I don't know. He just makes random noises. Sometimes he's like rebooting. What do you think, Josh? You think he's a reptile?
I mean, I've seen him guzzle some motor oil every now and then. So
What? I can't.
I don't know if he's a reptile as much as he is a reptilian humanoid, but
You think he's a reptilian humanoid?
yeah, 100%.
You think he bites people's heads off?
No, I just think he's part of a subspecies from an extraterrestrial source that's literally invading our carbon-based environment and sucking the life out of it little by little.
Do you think he's like one of those reptilians, like in the government, or you just think he's one of his own?
I think he's actually part of like a smaller like project, almost like a prototype, and they just insert it and they're like testing it out, seeing how it works right now. Like, if you notice, he's like always, he's not talking much because he's actually taking in information, receiving input, and processing it to store into his memory bank to learn how to decipher human behavior and mannerisms. So.
Yeah, I really don't know what to think
And
about.
as we speak, he's literally connected to some outer satellite, putting information up there and giving it to the aliens.
It's reported that Huey has over 50 days played on Call of Duty, but
Yeah,
hasn't
so
been getting any Warzone wins recently.
that's-
I don't know what to...
it's very funny you say that because I literally think Call of Duty was made by his reptilian humanoids and
Now, do you
it's their
think
cloud-based
do you think
server.
he's a developer? Because I don't know if you've seen his tweets. You can pop him up on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also tweeted about 2K on a couple occasions.
Didn't he? No, he successfully got the Opal Kobe on the game.
Oh yeah, didn't he suck him off?
Who, Kobe?
No, 2K.
Ronnie?
They gave out 99 Kobe, so he sucked him off.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I really don't know. I think he's a reptile.
Yeah, I think he's a reptilian humanoid.
I think he's a straight up robot.
And it's really funny because it wants to go to Carvel. And what's next to Carvel? Oh yeah, Advanced Auto Parts. What do they sell? Oh yeah, motor oil. So.
Yeah, I think he's a reptile. To be honest with you, he's a reptile. No, he's like a reptile robot. Like a. You ever watch Rick and Morty? The alligator, like that one episode where
Bird
like,
person.
Huh?
Bird person.
No, it's like the one episode of Rick and Morty where.
Bird person.
You know the one episode of Rick and Morty where they like go on an adventure. And like Rick gets really drunk and like sets like up a saw.
Oh,
What's the name of the?
Yeah,
it was like ant.
No,
person.
yeah, it's a million ants.
It was a million ant dude. It was the guy. Who
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I forget his name.
Yeah, the crocodile with the laser eye.
Yeah,
that's Huey.
Yeah, that's.
Let me look it up. Hold on, one second. Rick and Morty, alligator. Oh wait, crocodile.
Do you watch it? Why not?
Crocodile.
You like MILFs?
Yeah, good as fuck, not used.
Oh.
Used glove? Yeah, what do you... Oh, yeah, what's your opinion on...
This thing, Crocobot, that's Huey.
Yeah, that's Huey.
Huey's... Alright, pop it up on the
This
screen.
is the thing, bro. There's a locker code to either get an Opal Taco Fall or like a...
Why do you call it Taco Fall on Twitter?
No, wait, this is Taco Fall on Twitter? Oh, it is. No, I just saw it on here. I don't know why.
Okay, so yeah, for those viewers out there listening, Huey can be best classified as a Crocobot from Rick and Morty. Remember the Space Cat?
Yeah.
That's Huey.
Okay, that's what...
Everyone got it?
Yeah.
Okay, next item on the conspiracy theory checklist. Will Anthony ever grow past 5'4"? Anyone want to open the floor with that one?
He's on 5'4".
Listen...
5'3"?
He's 4'3".
Oh.
Listen, I don't think we have to get into this one too much. No.
Oh.
Okay, moving on. Alright, moving on. Eduardo, when will he become normal? Or if ever? Because my theory is, I think one day he's going to wake up and realize, okay, if I keep going like this, I'm either going to be homeless or in jail, so I'm going to have to be normal and get a job.
At some point, like he could like literally own Carvel. Like he's pretty big up there. Like
trying to work 3 years at a job and not go anywhere? Or?
nah, like bad.
Look, Labrec. Cut that out with Labrec.
Alright, I'll cut that out.
Gotcha. So do you think he'll ever become normal?
I don't know.
I think he will.
I think it just depends. I don't know. Like, I mean, like he's got like.
I think he's gonna flip a switch.
He's got the right intentions on life. It's just that he doesn't like. I mean, I think he's
Expressed them well.
I mean, like he works a job, he goes to school and shit like that. But like when it comes to like being like a human being,
But is he doing that for himself or because society wants him to?
I don't know. I feel like he'll be like that one guy who's like works up slowly in the rankings of whatever job he gets, and like he'll just be like single forever because like his.
You think he'll be single?
He probably will be because apparently he doesn't like guys or girls. He looks just so fucking.
Likes himself? He's asexual?
Yeah, he's something like that. He probably just doesn't like feel any like.
Do you have like a dog?
What about Koch? You think he likes Koch?
Yeah, he probably like that one guy who like had like a cat, and just like grow up old and like never have
a cat or a dog?
I don't know. He's a normal ass person. If it matters.
Now what about his TikToks?
He probably like a pet fish.
You think his TikToks have given any insight into like his current lifestyle?
I think he'll make Vinny his pet?
Let's open up the floor on Vinny. Do we?
Think he fucks Vinny?
I mean,
what? Cut that out.
I'll cut that out.
Cut out Labrec. Yeah, I think he'll be normal. Face Cat, you think he'll ever be normal?
Nah. It'll take a few years.
Josh?
He's not normal by 28, which is, or what is it, 26? I don't know, whatever the age is where you develop all your cognitive abilities.
He should be normal by now. Like, I don't
No, whatever it is, I think it's when you're 26, like, you develop all like your cognitive abilities. If you're not normal by then he's fucked. So.
Look, he's not fucked
I don't know,
now.
I think he's going good.
No, he's got like
Brandon, you ever
it's
think
like
he'll
6
be normal?
years left in the tank.
Eduardo.
I don't know. Probably not.
Alright. Okay. Moving on to the next one, the moon landing. Was it real?
I know a lot about that shit too, so.
Somewhat real.
It was fake?
It was real.
I mean, it could go both ways because they could put anything on the television.
No,
People would believe it.
No. It happened, but the footage isn't what happened. And I'll explain real quick. This won't be a super long tangent. I mean, just look at the scope of time. You know, it was during the Cold War.
1969, July 20th.
It was during the height of the Cold War. Like it was pretty much, you know, the deal with the Cold War. It's like
what do you think they're trying to do?
They're just trying to outbest each other. So they're trying to look. Yeah, so they're trying to flex on Russia. Here's the thing, though. you need to have fake footage in case the mission doesn't work out, right? You can't just post have everyone know that you failed. Like, this is a humongous feat of humanity getting on the moon. They already beat us to space. We have to get this no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So there's a backup plan in place.
It's pretty dumb.
Yeah, there's a backup plan in place. You need to have footage of them on the moon, right? And then, so they probably made it to the moon. I mean, the astronauts literally made it back.
You think one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind was
Yeah, no, that happened in a fucking basement somewhere. Yeah, that shit happened in the basement. But they did probably actually make it to the moon, but the footage is not real.
You think there's aliens on the moon?
Nice.
No. No aliens in our solar system.
Really?
Unless there's unicellular organisms on Mars.
Huey.
What the fuck is unicellular?
Yeah.
What the fuck that means?
You're a genius, Facecap.
Holy shit.
They learn at 6th grade biology.
Yeah, Facecap had that.
That's a hot
Do
word.
you think within the next 10 years someone could go on Mars?
No, I think Mars. Mars is probably gonna happen. I don't
20
know.
years.
I don't know I would say 20 years.
Whenever Facecap discovers the space-time continuum, I think he'll...
Oh, what the fuck that means?
Discovers a wormhole.
Facts, yeah,
Oh, warm.
so...
Cock ring?
Moon landing? Was
Oh,
it real?
Labrec racist?
Oh,
No, can't talk about that. Cut that out, John.
oh, cut that out.
Was the moon landing real?
Yeah.
Real?
Yes and no.
Yes?
I think it could be real, but
Was it real, Brandon?
Yeah.
Alright. So it was real.
My scalp hurts.
You're so smart.
Get scalp fucked.
Okay, what is next on the list? Bigfoot. What do you guys know about Bigfoot?
Wait, why is that a topic?
Wait, you mean Big Cock, aka Tony?
Someone up the floor, Tony.
I think Tony's Bigfoot because Big Feet means big socks and big socks means big cock and Tony's rocking a big one. So.
You know, I think Josh Jonathan here because Bigfoot. Right, what is Anthony like shoe wise? Like 15?
What's Shaq?
23.
Multiply that by 2.
Okay.
Alright, that's where he's at.
So Anthony's foot size is 46. Right?
Yeah. Plus and a half. We'll just give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, so he's
Yeah.
Anthony's...
Yo, I got a topic.
Yeah.
Woo Wednesday.
Huh?
Woo Wednesday.
Who's that?
Woo Wednesday.
What's
going
that?
on?
Saw that in a meme. I don't know what the fuck that means though. So
No, Woo Wednesday.
it's probably some hot ass shit that some faggot came up with.
Labrec?
I'll take
Oh,
that.
cut it out.
Alright.
Wait,
Faggot or Labrec? Or both?
Whoa,
Just Labrec.
Whoa.
Alright. Wait, is Labrec a faggot?
Whoa!
Wait, yo, maybe Labrec's gay. You guys ever think about that?
Can't talk about Labrec on the podcast.
He
Alright.
fucks himself?
Can't talk about
I
Labrec
mean,
on the podcast.
cut that out.
technically, if you
Labrec, fuck
if you masturbate, you fucked yourself. Ever think about that?
No, you fucked your hand. Oh, shit.
Yeah, but your hand's part of yourself, bro.
Shit.
Yo, cut
It's
it
like
out.
it's like when you call a car, yo, nice set of wheels. A wheel is part of the car, you know.
That's facts.
So yeah, you got a nice set of hands there. You fucked your hand, you fucked yourself, buddy. You played yourself.
You're right, Bigfoot. You confirmed that Anthony is Bigfoot.
I mean, Anthony's real, right?
Yeah.
I've met him, so yeah.
Alright, this next one's for Facecap. Lochness Monster.
It's like another Bigfoot related thing. Why the fuck are you talking about that?
Because I want to know if it's real or not, and we're here to debunk it.
Okay, yes, it's real.
How do you know?
I saw it with my eyes.
Labrec? Cut it out. Cut it out.
cut that out. Wait, what?
You just keep every
Listen. When's the last time the Loch Ness monster?
I thought you were gonna say.
When's the last time? No, listen. When's the last time the Loch Ness monster has surfaced?
I saw it like today.
You guys never seen it on the surface, right?
It was on my
Can Labrec float?
Man, one thing to cut out or two.
Cut out that whole part.
That's so random. Can Labrec float? I'm gonna Google like under like what amount of weight does something have to be for it to be able to float? Like, you know what I mean? Is that like a thing?
No,
you
it's
Google?
density.
Oh, density.
I mean, you see
Is Labrec dense?
you see those videos where the moms
I mean-
throw the babies into the pool and then they have to float for
You think Labrec can do that?
No, because I think fat is less dense than muscle. I think he's got more fat than muscle.
He's got a lot of muscle.
What about Tony?
Oh, he's got a lot of muscle too.
He's just straight bone. So is bone more dense than muscle?
Alright. I got a topic. Who's got more muscle, Tony or Labrec? Which one?
Now, what do you consider muscle?
All right.
Just like sheer.
Listen.
tankness
This is my.
in
This
a
is
human
all right.
being.
This is my favorite comparison. okay, you have two beverages in front of you, right?
Yeah.
Clear piss, yellow piss.
Mm.
Do you want to drink either of them? No, it's both piss. We're talking about people with zero muscle here. So why does it matter if we argue with it? I might as well just close my eyes, pick one or the other, drink the yellow piss if I pick it. Whoever gives a fuck. It's gonna taste the
Clear
same.
piss, because
It doesn't matter, alright?
It's
Who's clear piss? Anthony or Labrec?
Like I said, it doesn't matter. Either way,
they're
it's,
both yellow piss.
either way it's piss.
They're both
Either
yellow piss.
listen,
Okay, but clear
yellow
piss is
piss,
not piss.
purple piss, fucking black piss.
Okay, but
I
clear
don't
piss
care.
is very clean.
Wait,
It's
black
not-
piss,
Doesn't make
It's
sense.
like water,
white
essentially.
piss, Lochness, monster?
Pigfoot.
Labrec? This?
I couldn't.
Labrec is the Loch Ness monster.
Alright.
Who doesn't float?
Alright, we went on a tangent here. Alright. Last, we got two more, kind of related. Sandy Hook. And, Stoneman.
That was like really fucked what Koch did for that shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, we have a special guest here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
we didn't want to put a victim and the perpetrator in the same room, so we did not invite Matthew Koch to the podcast. So we decided to leave him at home, where he would have stayed anyways, even if we invited him. So yeah, what were we talking about? Sandy Hook?
Yeah, people, actually not people, just Alex Jones doesn't think it's real.
Alex Jones is a man of the people, though.
I just saw a video on it. And there's conspiracy theories that Stoneman was paid actors as well.
Yeah. How much did you get paid, Brandon?
Nothing, it was real.
Alright, well that
That was
debunks that theory. Moving on.
Alright, that's debunked.
Oh, Japan's
Done.
Alright. So the next one, Kanye West for president. Will you guys be voting for him? Face Cap,
What?
will you be voting for Kanye West?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Josh?
No.
Huey?
Trump ride or die.
I think I'm gonna go with nothing. I'm not gonna vote at all. I don't give a
You
fuck.
are an outstanding citizen.
This country can burn. I don't give a fuck.
Brandon?
I gotta hear what he has to say, but they're all fucking horrible.
Yeah, I gotta wait.
So is this another yellow piss, clear piss, purple piss argument,
I think
Brandon?
it's one of those where you close your eyes and throw a dart and see where it
All right.
lands.
So it is a yellow piss, purple
I'm
piss, clear
kind of
piss.
with Huey.
I mean, if we're gonna compare like Kanye to like Trump, now that Trump has been in office, at least knows like some like how it works. And
Yeah.
Kanye's
Yeah,
some
but
hot
Kanye-
ass
So
rapper.
Kanye
so
dropped
he's
graduation.
like filtered yellow piss because he was yellow piss before, but now he's filtered yellow.
Yeah,
piss.
but
like he
Kanye
got-
West dropped graduation and late registration
Yeah.
and college dropout.
Yeah, and you know, he's smart.
Why is he stupid?
No comment.
I asked him why he thinks Kanye West is stupid. He said no comment.
Okay, it's lit.
All right.
Are we doing on time by
Who
the
would
way?
you?
I think it's going pretty well.
47 minutes.
Oh, all right. Maybe we can
All right,
get
all
that
right.
work.
If Labrec was running for president,
Okay, we can't talk about Brad.
Why not?
You gotta cut it out. Gotta cut it out.
bro, half the podcast is cut out. We're at 20 minutes right now. If it's cut out Labrec, like,
I think. Listen, I think Labrec's an essential piece of this podcast. He's a very.
Whenever he comes on, then we can talk about him.
Okay.
listen, he's gonna come in with a bang. I'm not just talking about the door, okay? Like,
Next one, we'll go to Labrec's house. You about it, Face Cap?
Oh, I'm done.
Think he'll let you in?
He wouldn't?
Yeah,
Why?
because made too much money.
Oh, okay. I killed his family.
So is that the list?
No, we got a couple more.
What about the Holocaust? Is that real?
I think it was real.
yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely.
I asked him. He said. It's
On top of that, they discovered many things out of doing all that.
Yeah, I met a couple of survivors and went to the concentration camp. The first
Did you
one.
get their
I
number?
actually met a survivor in elementary school.
Yeah, I actually have their card in my wallet. But I don't
You
have
got their number?
Huh?
Which one?
I don't know, fucking know his name was Jewish.
They all like the same thing. Anyways,
Conspiracy
many
theories.
experiments were done there. You know.
We guys think
Discovered
about the
some
Russian
nice
sleep
stuff.
experiment.
Yeah.
The what?
Did we like just watch that?
Yeah.
That was a while.
That was like
The
a couple days
Russia
ago.
What?
The Russian sleep experiment.
Let's start off. Is there even a gas that can keep you like awake that long without going to sleep? Like, wouldn't your body just shut down with how tired it is?
I mean, they were in there for like 2 weeks.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's possible. I think the body would just like, even with like gas and everything, your body would just literally just shut off. It just wouldn't be able to stay awake. Your body
Pumped
needs
like
rest.
ecstasy in your body or some shit.
DMT?
Yeah. Are you guys doing DMT on the next podcast? You guys ever tried DMT?
No? Have you, Fish Guy?
Fucking DMT.
Dude, DMT is awesome, bro.
Fuck that
It's
is.
fucking awesome. You should really try it. We should do it next time. I'll bring some in. I'll send some to your
The
house.
fuck is DMT?
It's awesome.
That's a good answer.
Have you ever tried DMT?
I haven't. Oh, yeah, the kid. Alright, let's talk about some TV show conspiracies.
Did Labrec play the kid on Grown
cut
Ups 2?
Cut that out. Cut that out. Okay.
Which was...
The fat kid on the bus.
Okay.
Oh, with that one clip?
Yeah.
Oh, the bully.
Who's the bread?
Yeah.
Who's the? Oh, shit.
Words can't describe this man.
Have you ever looked up at the sky at night and saw like a circular object? AKA the moon? Just stop there.
Okay.
Alright.
There you go with that.
Okay, let's see what we got. We got... What else we got?
Brett gonna be happy or what?
Nah,
Oh, I got one. Did Face Cap graduate high school?
Oh.
That's a good one.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks a little forged to me. Over there in that corner.
I don't know.
Just look up there. It's like, okay, that's a good topic.
Yeah.
By the way, in case you're wondering, I looked at his diploma and it looks forged.
I did it myself.
So yeah.
Forged it.
LTC?
Oh.
FTC.
Shout out to our sponsor, LTC. Stand up, stand down. Just make sure you stamp with the Brex in your vicinity. Lardec, LTC.
a genius.
We gotta cut that out.
Can't lie, she's a genius. Pull up, let's get her. Fuck, mom, we on
See what other conspiracy. We'll talk about one more where we can all chip in.
Sucking on my penis.
My graduating class is the worst class.
Yes, I have.
Oh, talk about that, bro. Talk about how the class of 2020 at Stoneman Douglas, how they...
No, class 2020 in general, this coronavirus.
No, but his school especially.
School shooting freshman year.
Okay.
I lost a friend to suicide sophomore year.
Uh-huh.
Junior with coronavirus.
Uh-huh.
And then my senior year I'm going into, it's gonna be still coronavirus.
Probably a nice little surprise.
I don't know, maybe.
Come out with a bang.
Hopefully not.
It's been a thrill, huh?
Yeah.
It's a roller coaster of emotions, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wise words, Huey. Who'd you interpret that from to process in your mechanical hardware?
I just listen and observe and then respond with the necessary couple words.
So what? We
Sounds
talked
like
about
reptile humanoid to
coronavirus,
me.
Right?
Yeah.
We already talked about that. The Chinese
What?
fucking set us up, whatever.
What about China?
Fucking the
Vagina?
coronavirus, they planned that shit. Isn't there like a new virus in China they found from pigs?
I don't know, bro. China's a bunch
Probably.
of fucking...
China's so hot.
China's a fucking cesspool.
Okay.
What about Russia? Do you think
That's-
those bounties are true?
That's like that cesspool took a shit and made another cesspool. That's Russia.
Okay.
How do you guys think about Russia?
Think about it.
You think those bounties are true?
You know what? Let's talk about conspiracy theory. I think that in 2018, Russia was meant to win the World Cup. Look how far they got.
Yeah.
Well, they should have never lost.
They
themselves
should
to
never
shootout.
have made it that far.
Yeah, well, now they're banned for the next World Cup, so it matters.
Yes.
And the players were juiced the fuck up, so they should have easily dominated.
That's facts right there. That's facts.
They just needed. Okay, never. I'm not gonna say that.
What?
Probably get canceled.
What?
Are
What do
you
they need?
canceled by all your fans?
I was gonna say something that Labrec would say, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, we gotta cut that out, man.
All right.
Next World Cup. Early
No,
predictions.
fuck the World Cup. Let's go back to where if Hitler were to successfully
Oh, okay.
be able to like get more control of land and like be able to like, go out with carry out his plans. Like, what do you think would be today?
Listen. He would be. Listen, it would obviously be a little different, but he would have never made it to the U.S. There's no fucking way he's getting across a whole ocean with enough force to take down the U.S.
Yeah, but do you think he would have taken over Europe and like the Middle East?
He almost fucking did. He was so close.
Yeah, but say he successfully.
He just fought a battle on two different fronts. Say he successfully did. He would have dominated Europe, and we probably would have just signed a treaty with them. They just have control over Europe, because I doubt we would have wanted to go ahead and try to recapture Europe.
Would have been a pretty bad
Get back their land.
Yeah, but with his mindset, he always wanted more and more land, more power.
Yeah,
more
I mean,
control.
eventually he probably would have declared war like invaded the U.S. and failed, and then all the infrastructure like in Europe would have just crumbled, and then all the countries were revolted and taking back their land.
And I think before that would even all happen, I think, obviously with Germany and Italy didn't like each other. The Japanese also did not like the Germans, so they probably would have had a little
What
fight.
about this? Eastern Conference Finals, Sacramento Kings.
Western Conference Final?
Shoot. Western Conference Finals, Sacramento Kings and the Lakers. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I saw a Mike Korzema vid about that.
Yeah, me too. Apparently, they wanted the Lakers to go to the finals because Lakers are the Lakers and the Kings are a small market team. A lot of uncalled fouls. I don't know, bro.
No, you want to uncalled fouls. What about Barcelona versus Chelsea?
Barcelona, Chelsea, 2009 Champions League semi-final?
Second leg, right?
Second leg, semi-final.
Stanford Bridge. Didier Drogba. Fucking disgrace.
Didier Drogba. There's just a lot of stuff out there.
Wait, who won that game?
Barcelona.
Oh.
Well, no, they tied actually, but they
a lot
won.
of stuff that we don't know. Alright? There's just a lot of stuff, like...
Damn, what the fuck?
Wasn't that the ref who ref the World Cup final 2010?
Oh, the ball dude.
He was also a police officer.
Yeah. Or there's a theory that Gucci Mane, after he came out of prison, he actually died in prison, and when he came out, there was a clone of him. Because when Gucci Mane went in prison, he was fat. Now he's jacked and ugly, so...
That's what they say about Paul McCartney.
Who?
Paul McCartney.
Is that Gucci Mane?
Yeah. Not bigger than Gucci Mane, low-key.
Oh.
Not the front man of the Beatles.
Yeah, East Atlanta Santa died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can shout out Gucci's album. I forgot the name of it.
It's a pile of dog shit, but probably one good song in it.
Free
I think
Kodak.
that's what it's called.
Gucci Mane just released a new album. It is called So Icy Summer. Featured by Future,
Nice
Young
little
Thug,
alliteration there.
Little Baby, 21 Savage, Young Nudie,
Little Baby?
Pooh Shiesty, K Sade,
Pooh shitty?
Key
Bro, that's my fucking dog.
Clock,
Key cock.
Ola Runt,
Ola cunt.
K Sade, So Icy Girls,
And Labrec.
Oh.
Lebrec's bad. Forgot about Lebrec.
What do you think Labrec's rap name would be?
Lil Lardy.
Oh.
We gotta cut it out. We gotta cut that out.
Cut that.
Oh, I'll cut that.
Let's see what's trending on Twitter.
Probably Aaron Hernandez.
Who's Nick Cordero?
Live? Breathe word?
I actually watched a documentary on that.
Oh, what? Breathe Jack Jones?
Yeah. Oh, Kareem's trending.
Why?
Let's see. Kareem is the greatest basketball player ever. Alright.
Who said that?
Fun guy.
Tony? Good ass fucking analyst? No one even has an opinion on sports?
Max Kellerman.
This
Alright,
is
I have an idea. Let's talk about this. If there was one thing left you had to eat, like for every day, like one, you can only eat one thing. What would you eat and why?
Chicken tenders.
Is there like,
No.
is there a nutritional, like,
No, you whatever
Doesn't
you
matter?
want. Like you pick whatever you want.
like it won't do any
What, like-
harm or good or?
No,
just-
it will. Like it will. Like it
Oh,
sticks to
will.
how it is.
Oh.
Like in reality.
Oh, I was
Well,
just,
low-key, broccoli.
I would have like a,
freaking.
you want a fucking
Broccoli's
food
fine.
that has like everything you need in it.
Broccoli.
Like you want protein, carbs, like
Chicken breast.
micronutrients.
Chicken breast.
No,
No.
you want like a fucking grilled chicken salad or something. Like
No,
micronutrients
Chicken
one
breast and
food.
rice.
One
with,
food.
with croutons.
One food.
Chicken and rice.
One
food.
singular
I would.
item.
Chicken breast.
Yeah, I'd probably have like salmon. Good source of fat, good source of protein. I guess I'm just pulling carbs out of my diet, doing a keto diet.
Alright, bud.
What do you pick?
Yeah, I fucking
breast.
love salmon too.
What do you pick, Huey?
Chicken breast is like too lean. Like you need at least some fat if you're not gonna have any carbs.
Steak.
Oh yeah, that's honestly a solid choice.
There you go.
You shut him up.
Wasn't Thomas dead in the hospital because eating like steak and all
If
that
it's
type of
one
food?
thing,
I don't
right?
think so. Yeah, one.
So would a
singular-
smoothie be considered one thing?
Okay.
It's all together, right? It'd be a smoothie. So if I can have,
Nah,
That's
no,
smoothie.
you
Have
got-
water,
no,
bro.
that
Shut
doesn't
the fuck
count.
up.
That
Have
doesn't
water.
count.
yeah, then I'd go to gummies because I don't want to live eating one thing for the rest of my life. I'd just die quickly.
What gummy
So,
though?
Good idea.
No, you
Gummies?
can only pick one gummy though. You're gonna get tired of it.
Oh, yo.
I guarantee you get tired of
Wait,
it.
wait,
I have a
no
good
matter the
topic.
gummy.
Wait, I need to say mine
100%,
first. I need to say
good
I
mine.
have a topic.
I would eat lard.
Okay.
Well,
Shout out to the
Alright.
Breck for the guest appearance.
Yeah, cut that out.
I have a topic. Ready?
Alright.
Alright. Do you guys think it'd be humanly possible for a straight up whole week to somebody eat just straight up gummies? Nothing else.
Yeah.
No water. No
Yeah.
nothing.
Okay.
Just
No
gummies
water.
for
know.
7 days.
Oh.
And you think they'd still be alive?
No water.
Nothing.
No,
you can't eat nothing. No water. Just gummies.
I think you die.
The only thing you consume is gummies for the next 7 days.
You don't have anything to
Can't
drink.
You
you
think that person
survive
be
without
alive?
water? For,
I don't.
like,
I
a
don't
week?
think the reason why they died is because
Is
it's
this a thing?
dehydrated.
Can you spit to a cup and drink it as water?
No, they're just recycling water
What about your
later
own
to use.
piss?
Okay.
Yeah,
That's just
what
like
James
that's just
Franco
like
did.
that's just like plugging a fucking like cord into itself. Like
That's true. You sleeping?
What about drinking your piss as James Franco did in 127 hours?
What about your own sweat?
I mean, if you can somehow keep every single ounce of water in your body, then yeah.
Well, when you go for like a jog, carry a cup and just every drop that.
Hey,
catch it.
okay.
No, look bad.
It's hot as
I'm not
fuck.
gonna do that when you guys leave.
Hey.
So, my answer to that question, Fish Cap, is no, not possible.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think so either. Probably.
You got any more?
Well,
No, no, listen.
With water.
If
Yeah,
you,
with
if
water,
you,
yeah.
no, if you like, what's it called? Prepared for it. Like if you eat like a fuck ton of carbs, like carbs retain water. So if you have like fucking straight pasta, like 5,000 calories worth for like fucking like weeks straight, maybe you'd retain enough water to live through it. But
I think you'd die. Because I think you can live 7 weeks without food and just water, right? Not 7 weeks, 7 days.
yeah, I know without food. Yeah, but I don't know about water. But like I said, if you have enough water retained in your body, then yeah, I think you can make it through.
Any more conspiracy theories, Fish Cap?
Not really.
You are the host of this show, so.
Ape.
Let's talk about apes.
Oh yeah, did humans really like evolutionize through apes?
Why don't you touch on that?
Yeah.
Huey?
Hmm?
What do you think?
What I think? I don't know.
I think
I
they
don't
did.
think so.
I think the next step in evolution is becoming a cyborg. So, yeah, I'm sitting,
I mean, I would've
and I'm
been-
literally sitting
And
right
Huey's
next to
living
one.
proof of that,
Yeah.
so. Because you're a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're at 1 hour and 2 minutes right now. So,
Yeah, I think that wraps it up. Thank you guys for tuning in for the second episode of Albert Einstein and the Steinies. This has been Matthew. Thank you for our special guest Brandon coming on. Thank you Facecap for hosting the show. Thank you Josh and Huey.
Yeah, don't
Coming
forget to
on.
eat gummies. You gotta keep that
Yeah.
sugar up,
Yeah,
right?
don't forget to eat gummies,
Don't
guys.
forget to eat your
Yeah.
gummies.
Gotta have new ones every day.
Shout out to Joe Rogan for sponsoring the podcast.
appreciate it, Joe.
And it's been a wrap. That's the end of episode 2. Tune in next week
Thank you.
where we have a special guest coming on. We won't tell you who it is.
You'll have to stay tuned, but it'll come on, and trust me, he'll make an impact. So,
Maybe next week we'll have a.
stay tuned next.
Wait, who's the special guest?
Oh,